Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition here of COVID session here in Rosemead, California. How y'all doing? It's August. We're going into about 9 months of this stuff. And what I mean by stuff is basically the pandemic and the coronavirus. But from what I see, to be honest with you, it seems like life is 100% back to normal. Let's see how things go in the future. Right now, things are pretty hectic here in California. We are dealing with wildfires. We're dealing with amazing heat. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we are progressing and we are doing what we need to do and move forward. But right now, guys, we are going to go find out more about our local dance scene. Again, this is why we started COVID sessions to begin with. To keep in touch with our local community, keep in touch with everyone that is around in our dance scene and see how everything is going. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the neighborhood that we can talk about, or we can be more positive and go to different places around the world and find out what they're doing. And I'm going to take it that route. We're going to go to Canada today. We're going to find out what it's like in Canada and how they've dealt with the pandemic. An amazing group that I have been fortunate enough to have, danced with, personal friends now. We always see each other in Vegas because that's where we congregate, but I've seen them in so many events. I haven't gone to Canada, but one day I'm going to go there. I actually have gone to Vancouver, but not to where they live. But Bello and Bella, this amazing team. Oh, my God. Yes, wonderful people. I have today the director, Mr. Gino. So let's go ahead and bring him on. Gino!
What's up, Alejandro? Hey.
Well,
I was gonna wear a hoodie and a scarf and pretend it's freezing down here.
you should have. You should have been like, hello,
I know.
everybody, how are you? Well, honestly, everyone thinks
We're good.
Canada is super hot and super cold. But what is it like right now? You guys, I don't really understand your seasonal changes. So how is the
Our
weather over there?
seasonal changes can be described best as schizophrenic. I mean, it was plus 35 for 6 days, and then yesterday it's plus 10 and raining and freezing. So today we're sitting at plus 19.
Damn.
Good enough for a jacket. So yeah, we're doing good. We're used to it. See,
Oh, wonderful. Then you wouldn't survive how we're living here. We're living in some heat. It's pretty hot. Temperature outside. We don't say how you say plus minus. Right now we're about 89 or in the 90 range.
right.
So our system
The Fahrenheit Celsius thing.
It's a little bit different. Yes, we're gonna have a lot of different language today. Because I'm speaking to a Canuck and we're over here with an American. So
listen, we are cool enough and warm enough to go for a stroll and enjoy a nice cup of hot chocolate. How's that? Is that good enough?
That's wonderful. Well, one of the things that we've shared in common, and which finds me quite interesting to ask you as a Latino who lives in Los Angeles, since we're surrounded by it. You live in Canada. You live in Saskatchewan. Am I saying that
Edmonton. Close.
Edmonton. Close, right? Edmonton.
Just say Vancouver. Everybody knows that.
Vancouver. Yeah, I've been in Vancouver, but Edmonton, right? Now, what kind of a culture do you guys have there? Give us a little backstory, a little bit of culture, and then we'll get into what you guys do.
Sure. You guys have states, we have provinces, right? So in our province, we've got cities. In our province, Alberta, which is oil country. So imagine your south, right? Southern United States, cowboys, oil. Minimize that by like 80%. That's our south here, Alberta, right?
Wow.
We've got cowboys, we've got all the oil rigs and all that in this area. So we've managed to have different salsa schools and salsa teams and Latin dance teams in a place like Edmonton, which is pretty impressive. We did it.
Yeah,
here we are.
I have to admit.
We've got some great dancers and world champions that have come out of Edmonton and Calgary.
That's awesome. You know what? The team that you guys have progressed, and I've seen many years. Amazing big groups. You guys come out with the storm. And you guys' productions. I call them more productions. I know you have a theatric background and things like that. So now this all makes more sense. But to see what you guys always do, great people coming out. It's always true. A Canadian is super nice. You ever met a Canadian? I've never met a Canadian like an American who's an asshole. But
no, you're not. We love you.
Me, I'm more direct than anything else, and most Americans come across as jerks. If you meet a Canadian, they will flip you around, and that's basically you guys have done to me. So, but tell me right now, you were the dancer, man. What are you doing? How are you keeping this going? What's going on with you?
So, Alejandro, I guess I'm me and Anya, my dance partner, Anya Daniela, and she couldn't join us today, but this is our hobby. So we started this. I started dancing at
Right.
28, believe it or not, and I'm 42 now. I don't
Wow.
look 42, but and I don't have a dance background, self-taught theater background. Anya has a dance background,
Right.
so for us, it's been a hobby that grew because we put
Right.
discipline into it, and we got bigger and bigger, and people started inviting us. But so for us, it was a bit easy. It wasn't as difficult. But I know, talking to some of our friends around the world in the salsa scene,
Yeah.
through Skype and all that, it's been very difficult. Our dance schools here have slowly started getting back into it with certain precautions. Obviously, starting with
Right.
shines, it went from online to now slowly opening the studios, limiting it to 10 people, so 5 couples, and each couple
Oh
gets a
wow.
box. You can't switch. It started from shines, and now
Oh
regulations, yeah, so
wow.
regulations are starting to allow us to sort of say, hey, take precautions, wear masks, sanitize your hands, stay in your box. If you come with a person, come with them and leave with them, sort of thing. So it's
Control partnering.
yeah,
That's a big
yeah,
thing right now. That
yeah.
honestly lets you do a class where you can actually have some success. Here,
Hmm.
they talk about doing things where you're with the person who's in your same household. So
Yeah,
is it similar over there?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, wonderful,
So
wonderful.
yeah, and you know what? There's no right answer. Everybody's trying their best, and especially for artists, it's hard, man. Like
Oh
you
man,
need
bro.
to survive, and uh, the first 3 or 4 months, forget it. There was no way people were going to go online because everybody was panicked about basic necessities. So to pay for dance classes and things
None
like
of that
that.
didn't
mm,
matter
yeah,
basically.
and once people,
So let me ask you a question, okay? Because
yeah,
I said I was going to ask some direct questions about the
sure,
differences
yeah.
between USA and Canada. You guys got aid, right? Now here we got aid. People complain about it. Some places didn't even get aid in the world. Canada gets certain type of aids. Maybe you can fill us a little bit. How was it in the beginning, and what did the government do for you? Because for us, you've
Right.
seen
Okay.
the
Okay.
reaction. You've seen how we work. How
Yes.
tell us about your experience with that.
Okay. So at first I thought you were talking about AIDS. I'm like, oh my god.
No, like the aid that you got, your
Yes.
government
Yes.
aid,
So
not
we have
AIDS.
a government.
Did
Okay.
you get AIDS from the monkeys too? You did, didn't you?
Wrong virus.
Like you have Ebola too? How do you Canadians have Ebola too?
Yeah, we
There-
get it too. It just freezes up here.
There's
That's all.
some bubonic plague, right? I
Um.
have to say it like that. Bubonic plague.
Yeah.
You have to say it
So
like that.
we got eight. It was fast. I would say it was fast. So
Yeah, man. From what
the
I've read, yes.
yeah, the province, so say the state, let's say that, provided you with the funding. So it was like Alberta,
Right.
COVID fund thing. And then the federal government 3 months to 4 months later kicked in. So once that kicked in,
Oh,
so we were getting 1,800 a month,
oh,
you know,
wow.
but with stipulations. Okay, so you need to have filed made at least 5,000 and over the previous year when
Right.
you
You need to
file your
have
taxes, right?
right.
You got to be, you can't be working. If you're in a job that's paying you, you still have your job, you haven't been affected, you can apply. Even if you apply, you get it, but then when you file your taxes, you have to pay it all back.
You
So
pay
you
it
get
all back,
penalized.
so it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
Damn. Okay. Wow.
So that funding got extended from 3 months to 4 to 5 to 6, and now it's kept going. And I think it'll probably stop soon, 2,000 a month federally,
Really?
especially for artists. There's funding for businesses, and because we have Alex, I think because we have a population closer to 40 million as opposed to your population,
Wow. Yeah, we
the
have. Right.
yeah, we have more ability to organize and deliver these,
Right.
like periodically and systematically to the public, right? So it's not as chaotic.
Well, we
Uh,
have
yeah,
50 responses, as I like to coin. It's not one response. There's no unified front to none of this. This has obviously been a conversation.
yeah,
You've been talking about this same little part for 9 months almost
yeah.
about honestly, it's gonna go down to the election.
Hmm.
There is nothing else to what's really gonna change anything anymore. It's set for that to happen. either he stays in office and then the Americans are kind of screwed, or Biden comes in and his team comes in and does something. That is, to me, that is quite honestly what I think is going to happen. So let me ask you a political question. You, from an outsider, right? And I want the blood truth, okay? What do you see our country? How do you see them? What's it like for you, man? Is it a carnival, I guess? Let me have my beer because I'm depressed.
Do you know? Okay, let me explain it as best as I can from different avenues.
Tell me, because I live
There
it.
are
Let me hear it.
people.
Let me hear
Okay,
it.
so
Let's go.
there are people here that support. Very few people. Very few. Once in a while, we run. They support Trump, right? As an outsider, true, honest, no bias. It's like you see a body that has cancer, and the cancer is eating away with it. But I'm sitting behind the X-ray watching. Yes. No, but it's true. I'm watching the cancer grow and eat away with it.
Oh,
But
man.
because you are the body, you don't know that you have it and it's eating away. I think when you're in something, you don't have the ability. You know, when you choreograph, using a dance example, you sometimes get zoned, and your teammates or your partner has to tell you, get out of it. You stuck to that idea because your brain just can't step outside the box and see. And I think that's what's happening right now, is that
man.
I feel you guys are so deep into partition and hate that it's so hard to see. And the funny thing is, as an outsider, and I say we because Europe is the same.
Right.
It feels like other influences, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, could essentially or maybe would, whatever they do, it is so easy to play one side against the other.
Yeah, man.
And you will continue down that road.
For sure.
And
very well observed.
And that, you know what the sad part about that is because your well-being is all of our well-being. We in Canada, especially, and the world, our boat, you are the Titanic and we are a lifeboat with a rope attached to you. And what you guys don't understand is, if you sink, and as we are watching you sink,
and you're gonna fall with
we
us,
will fall.
we'll drag
We will
you down.
We will. Because
oh my god,
you are the world power. You're the world police, but you're so
in
engrossed.
militarization, yes, we are the world police.
Yeah.
But we apparently have someone under the power of the control that is pretty stupid. So it messes everything up. It has ruined a lot of dancing for everybody.
Yeah.
Now we would have been seeing each other more this year for different events. Now we actually have some footage of you went to the pandemic. You went to the last event prior to the closing of the pandemic, right? You went to the Atlanta Congress, right?
Yes.
All right. So we have that footage. Eric, can you pop that up, please? We have that footage coming up right now. This event, guys, was one of the last events that happened prior to the pandemic, and Bello and Bella were there. Now it's pretty long, so we're just gonna try to show you guys like a minute. Why? Because these guys add like a bunch of stuff. They do acting, they do tricks, they do lifts, they do a little bit of everything. Story play.
Yeah. So this one was Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, that I remember that one, man.
That's what Moriarty called Sherlock.
There are people dying. That's what people do.
That's insane, bro.
It's we're all in entertainment.
Well, it's cool, bro, to see how the work you guys do, man. It's interesting because you've actually like competed against the best and done all this stuff. You guys have actually done the whole tropical jam competitions against them. You guys like didn't back away. You represented Canada very well. You do a lot, in your own places, and then you come to these events, and then you do these big productions. That's really cool, man. So there's always a lot of respect for what you do, and everything that goes out. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, cut it. E. We have another one. We'll show a little bit later. So right now, the big platforms are online. Are you guys involved in any of that? Is Bello and Bella doing anything that's basically involved in an online platform or anything that's
No,
basically based off of online classes?
no, mate. No, we so what we had, we just continued in training our team online. We've
Got it.
taken a month and a half break from our other two teams as well. We started in September, but we didn't go online. Like I said, we were a hobby, and we wanted to go back to our studio. But and I say this in all honesty, not trying to give ourselves any brownie points, but we will probably not go back teaching until the other schools get on their feet, because
Wow.
they have paid leases and they are paying rent. We are
Right.
not. They need it. We do it as
Right.
fun.
Oh yeah, there is a big difference right now between artists
Yeah,
who have studios and artists
yeah,
who are online, artists who can actually afford to teach classes for free, artists who can't. The other day I asked a couple questions like that. I asked like, do you believe the artist should be charging the same amount as they would charge at a studio versus you do online? What are your thoughts about that?
well, when you go to a studio, right, you are paying for the efforts of the teacher, right? They've put effort, they've put a choreography, they've put that on there. So
Everything.
that effort is the same if you go online. Am I correct or not? Because
Yeah,
they put the
yeah,
same time, they have
yeah.
to set up everything, make sure everything runs. That effort. What you're missing
You
out
have that
on,
technological effort too, right?
yeah,
Because you have to have
exactly. Yeah,
broadband, and then you have to have a cell phone, and then from the cell
same
phone
thing.
you have to have a tripod. Most of the time, you have to have a good tripod. If you want to have good sound, you want to adapt the speakers that
Yeah.
connect to these. There's big things like that too. I think I actually have one of these. Look, a friend of mine gave me one of these. Look, plugged on Eric. Bam. See,
There
you
you
want
go. See?
classes. This plugs into your phone. It connects. You can listen to it better.
Yeah.
It goes from there. Now, most of the time, some teachers do that. Some teachers don't. Most people use Zoom. You can use Facebook. I've seen teachers completely create an online website that is their
Yes.
own platform. It's a little bit more time into
Yeah.
it, but it goes directly into. So there's a lot of
Listen,
advantages to it.
all this is a blessing in disguise for people and everybody that was sitting and going, oh, we should go online, we should put videos online, we should look at how fast this whole thing accelerated
Wow.
all those ambitions. And everybody, like, I'm surprised, like look at Luis and Jess, like, I mean, their videos from the first day they started to now, it's like a
Right,
production,
they do a
like,
lot of that. Yeah, that's very true.
the gimmicks are adding on, the graphics are adding on, like, people are getting,
Acting play, there's acting
yeah.
in there too. Do
And
you
so,
think, let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Now that I'm realizing more you're an actor too, I myself am into speech, things like that. So I see these things. I actually have gone to a lot of theatrical plays. I don't know if you know this. I think you have. We talked about stuff like
Yeah, oh
this.
yeah.
So I've seen a lot of these. You see my pictures like on the Paris Opera House. Oh, that's cool, right?
Hey,
Do you think dancing should have more of a perspective in this versus what you're seeing now is aerials, lift tricks? Do you think this should be a progression into that?
okay. So
Yeah, it's a good question, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
listen, my perspective is going to be different, and I'm going to say something, and I don't want this to come across as an insult to
Oh,
anybody.
go.
But hey, as a Canadian, whoa, check this out. My first my first was the Toronto International Congress, which is a big congress, well organized by Jessica O'Coin. I think you talked to her too.
Got it. Yeah.
All I saw that night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, 20, 30 shows, and all I saw was this styling. To the side styling, up styling, side styling, salsa, salsa, salsa. And as my first time as a theater, I got bored.
Right.
I
You see
was
the
like,
same thing over and over.
yeah, and I saw my partner back then, and I said, you know what, it would be nice if we did something that was just different. Why can't, like, lyrical storytelling, something? So that's where the progression started, and I think we will garner a bigger audience. We will garner a bigger audience around the world if we go down that road where we are sort of telling stories. So we base all our routines in salsa. We do. We add different elements, but then everything
Right.
else we just try to tell a story. So when people come, even look at, we don't have the best technical dancers because we live in that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
You
and
guys are a bunch of
everybody,
gym freaks. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
crew, eh? Woo!
Yeah.
If I see you guys on the feed, woo! Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's in
the whole
shape. We got
crew-
that going.
The whole
But
crew is fit. All of them. I have muscles,
yeah,
little
and
waistlines. Like, what's up?
yeah,
Do you
and
work out? No, do you? Yeah, I do. It's like, oh,
I do. Yeah, yeah. That's why they took us to Mexico, man. We just hang out. You don't have to. You don't have to teach. Just hang out at the pool. Bring the girls. And I
oh
was
my
like,
god, just
okay.
stand up straight, flex the chest out a little bit, a little muscle, boom, boom, boom. You
Yeah,
got it. Yeah, it's
yeah.
wonderful.
No, but I think I think we just concentrated on storytelling because people were so engrossed in the story that nobody's looking at your ability to point your feet or anything. I mean, we do, but it's not like it's not competition style.
But you still dance. The routines are still full of dance. I know you guys are well trained in dance. I've danced with you. I've danced with you guys in productions. I've danced with you socially. I've danced with all
Yeah.
the girls on the team. I've seen the guys dance. You guys all know how to dance. You're just bringing another element because you yourself are training it, and I think that's really cool. I myself personally love that stuff. Back in the day here in LA, it was really big to do the element. Now, per se, it's not so much. You're still seeing a lot of the on two that dominates the whole scene now,
Mhm.
and it's perspective more where it dominates all the movements and all routines. Now they have to go viral, create these little videos, and usually now everything is on Instagram or on TikTok. What are your thoughts about that? How do you feel that that is changing the artistic, I guess, game or reality that now an artist has to do?
It's different.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, let me tell everybody this: theater is different than film.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
my first film I did, I memorized my lines, me being an amateur. I showed up in the trailer, and 10 minutes into it, I got a knock from the third AD, assistant director, and said, "Here's your lines, changed." I learned very quickly. Film, like I'm doing a shoot tomorrow, and it's like I memorize it somewhat, and then you just read it there. You got the sentiment,
You
and you
go.
get into it, you go deliver.
Um,
Theater, you can't do that. So when you're on stage, when sometimes I look at the videos and people are there and you hear them shouting and screaming and clapping, but when you see the video, I'm like, it's slowed down, it doesn't look good. But now, if I were to shoot that video of Sherlock Holmes for you guys as a promotion on Instagram and Facebook, I would go and do it in segments in a studio to capture those moments because they don't come across. So, I mean, for promotion, yeah, you need to do those things to sell. But we've never, for us, we've just enjoyed traveling, meeting friends, and dancing. We haven't taken it
um,
that seriously where it's like you have to go above and beyond to make yourself
Well, you guys do very well. To be honest with you, this is one of the things. You guys are very humble. I guess this is the Canadian nice about you. I don't think you realize what you do is very good and very well. One of the events we always touch base is Las Vegas. Eric, can we put up the next video? This is a routine. I believe this is the last routine that you did in Las Vegas.
Is that when we got kicked out of the pool?
I have no idea, but I believe so. Yeah, I remember the last
Fun
event.
fact.
What? Which one? How many? Fun fact. There's so many.
Every pool, I swear to God, we've been kicked out of.
Yeah,
Innocently.
I know. The last time I was over there, I got kicked out of a club. That was pretty cool. So yeah, let's just be realistic. Las Vegas sometimes is incredibly entertaining.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this was about mental health, called
Yeah, I
Disturbia.
remember this one. See, as you can see, look, completely different. Woo!
I am flesh, bones, I am skin, soul.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, that's when you guys are painted. That's right.
Yes,
Okay.
this one hit hard, for some people in the audience.
Oh, that's,
The
well, of
ending,
course,
yeah.
you delivered a message. It's a big difference between regular routines and then you
Yeah.
have a symbolism in these things. You guys are always very well organized. Come together. You can tell you practice.
Well, oh God.
Look at it. You can tell you practice. Come on.
No, well, it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Man.
So this was all the stuff going through her head.
It's good, man. Amazing, bro. It's just it's
Little bit of,
something.
yeah.
It's something that honestly, personally, to me, when I'm always when I'm always around with you guys and talking about your Canadian lifestyles, I'm like, and you're over there dancing salsa. I'm like, really? So it it's really cool, bro. Because then you guys come with this, and you're just like, what? So, many props, man. I've always loved the team and what you guys are about. But I mean, look at this routine, bro. That's insane.
The hip hop.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Alrighty. They go forever, bro. That's one of the things that I never understand about teams. My next question to you is basically, how does a routine turn into 4 minutes 37 seconds?
Right.
Do you have too much on your mind, or
No.
are you lacking
No.
some structure?
No. Okay.
What is going on here?
So I got a lot to say about that, and that's the thing I see in the
Please.
salsa world, and I'll explain ours in a bit. A lot, especially traditional dances and all that. When you audition in any movie, any set, you go theater, it's 2 minutes,
Yeah,
up
exactly.
to 2 minute monologues.
Right.
Going into 3 minute, you're wasting time. Like that's the maximum. So I see a lot of, especially folk dancing, traditional dancing, and all that, where people, and that shows a little bit of the choreographer, because you can be a great dancer. That doesn't mean you're a good choreographer.
True.
If you're a great soccer player, doesn't mean you're a great coach.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it doesn't always work like that.
very true.
So and sometimes you can see the development of the coach's brain or the director's, the choreographer's brain as routines progress, right? Because ours go 4 minutes simply because we have the amount of people we have, and we have storylines, and we
Right.
segment the storylines: salsa, hip
So you
hop,
use everybody.
salsa bachata, salsa, a
Yeah,
story, an
exactly.
action. You know, you can keep the audience entertained for 4 minutes, but we have reached 5 minutes and we've gone back and cut it. Our best
Wow.
routines are the Sherlock Holmes and all these, where we went and we finally did our last performance, which was not here. It was in Saskatoon, that turned into 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and that was the best one.
Wow,
So we
there you
will go
go.
and cut. We will go and
Yeah, there
definitely
you
cut.
go. Okay. All right.
But there's a lot of times we see the routine, we look at the video. The moment we're done Vegas, we'll sit down and we look at the video and we go, oh my God, this is dragging on. Oh my God, it needs a pickup. So if you look at the Vegas performance of Sherlock compared to the Atlanta, you will see so
You
much
changed
improvement.
a lot. Oh, you changed some stuff. Oh,
Because
wow.
lines, scenes need to change like lines when people are talking on a film set, right? Like
Right.
you need drama, you need a crisis, you need a down, it needs to change
That's
continuously.
good. All right.
Yeah.
Right
So
on, dude. You're
that's
bringing
my
in
thing.
a whole nother level of artistry and how people see this, how people realize that people are bringing different perspective. I mean, you guys are in Canada doing these kind of things, and you would never expect it, but here you go, man. Bam. And for years, I've seen this with you guys. Down in the bottom, guys, those are the websites if you want to check them out. These are Gino's pages. This is IG. The group is amazing. As you can see, they're wonderful dancers. Do you have any plans for the rest of the year? Any dance stuff? Or just going to wait for this to cool down?
Well, obviously we were going to be in the San Francisco. I shouldn't say obviously. We're humbled
Yeah, it
to be
was kind of
invited, but
canceled now.
yeah, San Francisco, Houston Congress. I don't know if Millie is hosting it.
I'm probably
you know,
not at this point. With
so-
Texas right now, no, dude, come on.
Yeah, so I mean, we're waiting like everybody else, so which will
Right
put
on.
us then into Atlanta in March. There's Calgary International Congress. There's Vancouver around those areas. So I mean, we don't know. Even if the government says you're good to go, how many people for the first one are going to actually?
I just had an article that I saw in Montreal
Yeah.
that they are kind of saying not to go to Latin dancing events because they had people who are positive and they're spreading around everywhere. So I that's quite interesting because it happened in Canada. Damn, blame Canada, like right there. It happens to y'all. you think it can't happen to us, it's gonna happen to us
No, no.
eventually. We're here too.
Listen, the only difference between United States and Canada is that we have a lesser population. We managed it well right away.
Right,
People
yeah.
followed the rules.
Yeah, actual reactions. Yeah.
We are, so for example, Edmonton was tight in the beginning. Everything was low, but now we've gone on high because we've slowly opened things up, right? But we were trying to manage the curve so the hospitals that don't get overburdened. It's like we took it and we spread it over time. So the hospital beds are not overflooded. The doctors and nurses are not killing themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right,
in terms
exactly.
of that's all. It's just a little bit more organization in terms of handling the thing. But let me share with you. I want to share with you a story, like a quick story. Just because when this all started, people were were breaking down left, right, and center in terms of anxiety, panic, and all that.
This is the close us down with this one right here.
Yeah. Okay. And my thing was, and I get a bit holistic here, was that when we are born and we go through life, we learn everything outside us. We learn about everything that is outside us. We read every user manual to do with everything, and the only user's manual we forget to read is ourselves.
Wow.
And it starts from school. We don't know how to handle ourselves, so we break down. So one of the things I did when this started was I scheduled. I knew this from the get-go. Schedule. Get up in the morning. My daughter gets up.
Routine.
Yeah, she dresses as if she's going to school. She brushes her teeth, sits down at 9 o'clock, starts studying. And guess what? 3 months later, when the school system got their crap together, they came in and they said, we want you to get up as if you're going to school, dress up, because that's what
she was ready to go.
Was it a crisis? No, it was an inconvenience. My mom had cancer during this entire thing. We had to fly her she was in Iran, to Pakistan, because there's a hospital there that has the latest, gamma knife they call it. We flew her there, and when she got there, COVID hit.
So my dad had a big hit too.
Yeah. So
I remember
my dad
that.
and mom got stuck there instead of 2 weeks for 8 months, and my mom passed away there at the hospital.
Oh my goodness, I remember this post. And we
couldn't fly her back to where she wanted, the country that she wanted to get buried in. And my dad, till now, is stuck in Pakistan as well.
Wow.
And now he doesn't want to leave because he wants to be buried next to my mom.
Oh, that's awesome. That's old school love.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What the team did, our dance team, is there's a scene in Love Actually that I love where the guy comes, he's in love with this girl with a sign because her husband's there, and he just rings the bell and he says, tell him it's the Carols, and he holds signs, right? Yeah, and the team got in cars because it's COVID, made those exact signs as a support and drove around the house, and I have a video of that.
That's so touching.
It was just beautiful. So I'm sharing these stories is because despite all that, I still see this as it's an inconvenience. It's life.
Oh, wow.
And that's about it. I mean, there is so much more around the world happening, and people are losing their life. And my mom lost her life. I mean, she had cancer. Yes, this expedited, but eventually we all have to go, and it's a matter of how we go. What you can go down.
Wow, that's so emotional. You're making me cry, bro. Don't make me cry, bro.
Don't cry. I've never seen you cry.
You're sharing something that's so deep, bro. Like, thank you so much. I remember that day that happened, bro, and that's so emotional, bro.
Yeah, no, I haven't shared that team video ever, and I've kept it because it's personal. Maybe someday I will. But there is massive amounts of love everywhere. You just have to look. And hey, I hate to say this, but our planet is a better place. Everything's cleaner. There's lesser of everything around. It's starting to breathe again, and now we can go back out again and start destroying it a little bit more.
Emotional roller coaster. Why'd you gotta do that to me right now? Look at me. When you share, I remember when it happened. It was very deep, bro, and I have so much condolence what happened to you that year. And this year that's been so strong on you. And man, bro, I do remember that day. It was very crushing because, you can relate to somebody in that situation when you feel for them as friends and everything else. So thank you for sharing that. Damn, dude, that was transition. Wow.
Not a problem.
You theater freak. You just got me right now, bro. I feel like I'm being Shakespeare. I'm just like, oh
When I was
God,
that year, 5 years ago, I had
man.
an injury, a concussion. I was in pain, but I didn't want to
Oh,
take pills or anything
this
like
was
that.
you. You
So
were like,
I don't want to take any medication because I wanted to know what makes the pain go away. And I was doing a bunch of stuff. And Alejandro kept coming to my room
I was taking
with
take care.
weed
Hell
and
yeah.
saying, Gino, have weed, it'll fix
You,
it.
you
And I
need some
refused.
cannabis and
I
put this all
refused.
over your neck and you'll be okay. It was the best remedy. He was like, I got this. And it's funny because you survived the entire Congress. I was shocked. Why are you even here? But you were here, and that was something that was quite amazing. Thank you for sharing that story. I know that situation was very tough. You hit me personally so hard with that because I remember that day, and it was something that's very deep, man. It's very connecting, and I connect with you so well. So thank you so much for all your time in that. And man, dude, just thank you for this conversation.
No worries.
Deep, man. I
Thanks.
think this is the deepest one we've ever had in this whole COVID thing, where just boom, like reality just in your face. And I appreciate that story. That was really good.
Not a problem, buddy.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
man.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll be texting you too. We'll be talking, and I appreciate that, man.
And listen, and thank you for doing this. If anything, we need more humor in life.
Oh my
And
God,
this
we
is,
try, bro. But you made me get all like touching, bro, from with the team and what
hey, there
happened.
is,
Oh my
listen,
God.
let me throw one more deep stuff. There is,
No, don't do it
there
no
is,
more. There's no more.
put a
Stop it.
hashtag to this.
Hell
There is
no. Stop it.
romance in
Stop it.
pain too. You just have to
Oh
look
my
at
goodness.
it.
I just love the stories, man. Thank you so much for your
Cool.
time, bro.
You
We'll
too,
be
buddy.
talking to
Thank
you
you.
soon,
Take
brother.
care. Bye.
Oh, I love it, bro. Oh my God, but you made me a mess, bro. God damn. You know what? This year has been tough on everyone, and to hear this story of this young man, I want to appreciate what he's done in his time. And look at me, he's got me all like sad because it's just so connecting and it's so powerful. And emotional stories like that come with the things that happen to us in our times. Our final thoughts, man, is this. It's very simple. It's don't be a fucking cheater. Today, I realize how easy it is. You could be a cheater to progress in life and not do what the fuck you have to do. I'm sorry I'm cussing. Somebody told me today that it's not good for me to cuss. Guess what? I don't care. This is a reality show. We're going to flip the script and be Joe Rogan on it because cheating will never really fail. Why? Because morality will come into your play in that perspective. It fails in many factors. It's so messed up. Don't do it. Romance is pain. Today was the deepest, probably. I hate Gino right now. I'll see you guys later. Ciao.